Hi everyone, welcome back to Teaching with Tula. I'm Laura Dupree, and today, well, I'm sure you guessed, we are going to do a get ready with me video. I've been wanting to, excuse me, I've been wanting to do this video for a little bit because I was able to find finally some items that I'm just absolutely in love with. They're just great. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and get started. It is a process to get all of this to look a little bit better. So I promised y'all I would be trying on my eyebrows. I did. I did try. I just used um, the Instant Brow Fix by Thrive Cosmetics in brown, and then followed up with some brow gel by Wing Me. So that's what we started with. We also started with the Visha, excuse me, the Visha Rice Water Makeup Primer, which I am really enjoying. Now, I also have the primer that we got from Miss A Beauty, and it's the a.k.a. Studio Flawless Primer Spray. It's okay, but I found that when it comes to a primer, I really like to have the lotiony version that I can actually feel going on. And I know where it's settled. I know it's a sensation thing, I guess, for me. Anyways, all of that went on after the morning cleansing and moisturizing routine. So we're pretty much ready to just jump in and start. Wow, and I'm still recovering from a cold. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit of eyebrow or eyelid eyeshadow primer. So we're going to go in with that, and we're just going to tap that in a little bit. I'm going to go in with all of my primers and concealers. That's how I usually get started. Okay, and then now we're going to, and that was, this was the eyeshadow primer from Miss A Cosmetics, which I'm finding is nice. It's giving me some coverage, which I like. As you know, I've complained a lot about the lines and all the veins you can see in my eyelids. So, anyways, next up, we're going to be using some concealer by Kulfi, and we're just going to go in. I have just a few. Okay, I have a lot of problem areas, but I just really go in and address a few of them. I don't like to overdo. I'm going to go in a little under the eyes, a couple of little patches. Listen, I am a woman of a certain age, quickly getting even more advanced in age. And so that said, the product does not sit the same as it used to on my skin, because we do struggle with wrinkles, and that's okay. That just shows I have done my time in service, as it were, going up the ranks, approaching, hopefully, a nice retirement one of these days. Where you can rest, one of those where you get to rest. I don't know. Okay, but we're just gonna tap in. Like I said, I have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, so I don't want to accentuate those at all, which I feel just by putting something on my skin, it can tend to do that. Um, One thing I try to do is get actually into the lines, especially around my lips from, gosh, I don't know, like 40 years of smoking. I don't smoke anymore, but you know, it will leave a mark, as it were. Okay, so once I have that on, I am going to get into the foundation. So I am using right now and absolutely loving, discovered it on an accident. I think it was a part of an Ipsy haul. I don't recall, but it was a very happy accident. So we are using the Halo Glow Skin Tint by e.l.f. It is actually a 50 SPF 50 sunscreen, and I I say it was a happy accident. It truly was a happy accident because we're just going to use a little bit. I don't know. I start with a little cuz and it's kind of, you'll see it's kind of runny. It's not like it's really firm or anything, but I'm just going to do some dabs and then we're going to work it in. So again, I don't like to apply a lot. Um, it really is just a small amount. It probably looks like more than it actually is, but you can see, like, it is an excellent, it just stumbled across an excellent match for my skin. So now we're just going to go in with the brush. We're going to just tap it in, the bigger brush here. And what I like about it is it's really light, but it also provides really great coverage. And that's what if you're me, that's what you're looking for in a foundation. Is something that's light, but gives that coverage. And that's that's where we are with that. Okay, so we've done the foundation. We have done our our concealer, our foundation. So the next step that we approach is going to be we're going to be using the Tarte products. We're going to be using the blush tape in the shade of pink. And we're going to be using the highlighter, Glow Tape Highlighter by Tarte as well. I don't know. Golden Glow is the shade of this. So I'm going to start with the darker of the two, which is actually the highlighter. And I'm not going to use it as a proper highlighter necessarily. So again, it's just got, you turn it to give it some love. I'm going to I'm going to put it in where I want to contour. So we're going to go one, maybe we get a little bit of squeeze there. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do some down here, do some down there. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a little bit on the side, top of the nose. Okay, so we're just doing the dots, right? And then we're going to come in with our blush tape and we're going to do very similar. I have fallen in love with these products. I'm telling you, I am not even joking. So it feels like the combination of these 3 items are like, I don't know what it is. Regardless of what you think, when you look at it, I think it So we're going to go up. I'm going to do a little bit of a curve up. I think it actually is really a good color for me, and I love the formula. I just love that it is, you can see it's going to be all about the glow. And so these came in the Tarte Cosmetics, the mystery box, which I wish, oh my gosh, I wish it was still available because I cannot say enough good things about the contents of that. It was amazing, and I'm just sad that they are out of stock because I would have bought more. I would have bought more, actually, um, because I would have wanted to share kind of these things. So, anyways, we've got this on the face. Now we're going to take the brush that also came in that set, and we're going to tap it in. I'm just going to work it in. We're not doing anything too harsh. We're not, I mean, it's just a light tapping, you guys. Just a light tapping. And then we'll tap down below. This one I might do a little bit more of a swipe. What that does is it kind of camouflages a little bit of the fatty area around the bottom of the jaw there. And then we'll tap, tap, tap on the side and on the bottom. And these are just intended to cast a little bit of shadow to give the appearance of a thinner situation happening, if that makes sense. So then we'll finish tapping this out. And looking that in here. So you can see already we're starting to define, you know, we're narrowing the face a tish. I honestly, thank goodness, um, starting to thin out on my face, so it's not as chunky and puffy as it used to be. Um, but also that's kind of another contributing factor. It's like when you lose weight and you know you still have the skin, right? This is kind of what's happened on my face, but that's okay. I don't mind. I listen, I'm growing old gracefully. I just do not care. I would rather. We're just going to continue to tap this in until I feel like, okay, I'm good. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So the next thing that we're going to do that I like to do before I start on my eyes is I'm going to draw a little bit of a lip on. And this is one of my Miss A products as well. This is the Lip and Cheek Colorful Canvas multi-stick. And the shade is Earthy Pink. Now, this one I think might bleed a little bit more than one would hope. Because I feel like it kind of works its way into the crevices. We're going to let it sit for a minute. Just, I like to, before I find myself in a really creative mood when it comes to the eye situation and what I'm going to do with the eyes, I just really feel like I need to get inspired with a little bit of a lip action. So next up, this is another item. We got some great items in that Tarte mystery bag. We have the Maracuja Juicy Shift, and the shade on this is CEO. Let me tell you how much I love these products. I've already got backups on order. I used them, and now I have backups on order because they are really great. I ended up just loving them. So This is a lip balm. And it will plump. It does plump, so you will start to feel that. But I love it because it's the lightest shade of pink, and I just feel like it works anytime. So I really do love that. And we're just gonna let that dry down. Um, and when it comes to our eyes, we are going to we're gonna be using the tried and true Tarte Amazonian palette. You can see this is well loved. I do love it quite a bit. Um, mm, what was the shade on this one? Oh, Horizon is this one, and you can see well loved. So much so, I went to Tarte and I tried to see if I could find just that shade of eyeshadow because I felt like, I use the heck out of it. I use it every single day as a highlighter on the inside of the eyes. They didn't have it that way, but after searching the Tarte website, I actually saw on Ipsy they have this very same palette for $12, which I happily purchased two of because this alone, just a regular eyeshadow, $12 is not asking too terribly much. Um, but I also get a lot of use out of this color, which is the haze, the forest. I've even used the lush, which is the blue, and the scenic, which is a deeper shade. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a three color look, basically. So the first color that we're going to apply is going to be the middle section, which is going to be medium in color. So I'm going to go in with my haze. Okay. We're going for kind of a natural look. So this is going to give us a guide, right? So we're going to tap in the center, tap, tap, tap it in. Kind of the medium shade. We're going to go ahead and do that on both sides. Tap, tap, tap it in. So I know it's going to look silly, but trust the process is what I have to say. Trust the process. And I'm just using this small brush, which is somewhat angled. You can see that goes up, and it's a really good brush for doing this level of detail work, right? Because you really do want to get in just very specific places when we're doing this particular look. And then the next item brush we're going to use is this one, which is pretty much straightforward, just a nice thick little brush. And we're going to go in to our horizon, and we're going to tap, 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 tap it in the corner. You can see it's starting to fill in. We're going to go up, and then we're going to kind of go a little bit across the top too, just to kind of give us a little base. So up and around the top. Love that. You can see it's already started. If you compare the two, the horizon has already started to brighten the eye, which is what we want. And then we're going to go in on the other side, and we're going to just repeat that. And there you can see the eyes are starting to come to life a little bit. And again, it looks weird. Do not worry. Do not worry. It will not stay this way. Okay? Trust the process. Okay, so we've got our light on the inside. We're going with the medium in the middle. And now we're going to go in with our darkest color, which today we're going to use the forest, the dark, this one. And we're going to use a smaller brush. This one is somewhat thin, and it is definitely a lot smaller. It's for a more detailed look. And we're going to tap, tap, tap it in to the outside corner. But also going to carry it in a little bit over the center into the crease. So this one is a little bit more you're painting the picture, if that makes sense. But we're just, you can kind of see the look we're going for, a little bit of a smoky eye, but with some brightness, which I feel like because I have brown eyes, I feel like I need a little bit more brightness to kind of let the eyes dance a little bit. So we're going to go in to the other side. We're going to do the same thing, right? We're just going to go into the corner with our darker shade. And you'll notice that the corner at the end here is a lot thinner than perhaps the area we covered in the center and on the inside with the lightest color. So this is going to, it's intended just really to be kind of an accent, but one that we're going to pull with our brush that we have right now. We're going to pull that into the center and down, just right in there to get it into the crease. Okay, so you can see we've got a lot going on right now. I look like a crazy person. Fair enough. Look like a crazy person. Now we're going to go in with a very light, fluffy brush. Very light and fluffy. And we're just going to blend. We're going to blend it out. We're going to move like this. Just blending, blending, blending. Okay. You can see it's already looking mucho better. Mucho. Okay, it's coming in a little dark again on the inside, but we're not done. So just trust the process. Trust the process. I'm gonna go in and do the other side. We're just blending, blending, blending. And you can blend this out as much or as little as you like. I like it to look a little bit more natural. I don't like to have like definite lines, if that makes sense. But you'll see the progression, right? You still see the progression even though we've blended it out. Okay, and I'm just gonna wipe away anything. Now, this is the look, okay? This is the look, but we're not done yet. Now we're going to take this brush, which is really nice. It's kind of a thick, I've used it. This is my go-to brush for this particular activity. It needs to be, all of my brushes need good cleaning, but I digress. This is a great brush just to put on the finishing touches of the eyes. So we're going to go back into our horizon, which is the lightest, and we're going to tap. We're going to go over all of that, and you can see we are just applying an extra coat of highlight. I'm going to do that on both sides. We're just going to kind of blend it softly, blend it in. Not going to go back in with our big brush. We're just going to use this little brush and just blend it back in. So we are you starting to see we've got the look going. Okay. So I feel pretty happy with this. It appears to me that we've got the coverage across all of the eyes the same. Um, Given the look that I was going for. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our eyeliner. Now, being that I am a woman of a certain age, I'm using browns, and I'll tell you, I noticed that I talk to people and they're like, I like a dark brown now. I don't know what it is. So as I am getting older and my friends and family are getting a little bit older, they're leaning more towards the browns and away from the shocking of the black. And listen, if you're still using black, go for it. For me, I don't know. I'm looking for the softness that a brown is offering. Now, this one is a very light brown. It's not super dark, but that's okay. My hair isn't super dark. Nothing is super dark on me. So what we're just going to do is we're just going to do a very thin line. And I never take it all the way in because I feel like, I don't know, on me, I feel like it makes my eyes look really tiny if I were to go all the way. I feel like it gives me like a beady eye kind of a look, but that's just me and my eyes. And then we're going to do like a 3/4 of a line, kind of the same distance on the bottom that we used on the top. And here you're going to probably see some areas that you might want to touch up. We've got some um, some eyeshadow that has kind of fallen into that area where there is a little bit of a crease going on with my wrinkles. And then we're going to go in and we're just going to do the same on the other eye. And you'll notice I'm not getting dramatic here. I feel like the look of just the combination and kind of the smoky eye is enough. I don't do a lot of, fancy lines with the eyeliner anymore. I would if I were doing, like a dressy night out situation. I certainly would. I would get creative and I would do things like that. But because this is not that, this is just a day look, um, that's what we're going to do. So right now we've got a lot of definition. We've got the highlights on the inner eye, so brighten up the inner eye. We've got the beautiful color on the cheeks, which is also brightening of the face and bringing in some contour. We've got the brightness of the lips, and I have to go in with even more. I just love this color. I do. Can't help it. I'm a Barbie pink girl. I just love it. I think it brightens the face a lot as well. And when you get to be my age, you want all the things that help to brighten. So I'm just going to go in with my eyelash curler and we're going to just do a little prepping. Now with the mascara and the curling of the eyelids or eyelashes, we do take it one step at a time. So one eye at a time, one step at a time. It's like we've got one little area that just needs a little bit more help. Okay, so this, another product that I absolutely am all the way in on, okay, I'm seeing a little something here. Sorry, I do not mean to distract, but I was seeing kind of a heavy line right there. Um, Anyways, I digress. This is it's the secret. It's the legit lift lash primer by MAC, called the MAC Stack. We love this. We love this. I love the container. So this I got in, I want to say it was one of the early days of the um, Ipsy bag, as a sample. Used it, loved it, saw it again in one of the sales, and bought the mini. We got the mini and have used the minis. Whenever I see them, I would get them, and I haven't seen them in a while. So I actually went out and purchased this. I don't remember. It was like, I want to say 20 some dollars, something like that. But let me tell you, it's worth it to me. Um, Everybody has the things that matter to them or matter less. And this is one of those things, because I just don't have like a lot of eyelashes. Um, so the ones that I do have, I don't like to wear false eyelashes because I'm not good at putting them on. If I'm going to be frank, which I am always going to tell you guys the truth of the matter, I'm not very good at putting them on. If I was better at putting them on, then I'd probably, yeah, probably wear them all the time. But I find myself getting more and more frustrated just trying to work that out. So, in lieu of that, I found a great eyelash primer that actually does amazing things for my eyes. Now, I have gotten a little bit in the habit, and I'm going to pull out the other item. I am going to also, this is something that came in the Tarte mystery box. It is the Gifted mascara. It's the Amazonian Clay mascara. Amazonian Clay Smart Mascara. Um, so by Tarte. Happy about it. I thought this was wood, but this is actually bamboo, from what I heard this morning. This is actually bamboo. Told you, I felt like it was kind of a woody thing. So we're going to start with this. And this is in the shade of black. And we're just going to go in. It's not a mascara that is overly thick and wet, which I do like a lot. Um, because I don't seem to make as big of a mess. But, and I guess I could apply more, right? You could go in and you can double it up. But what I do like to do with these is the lower lashes. I went for the longest time not doing lower lashes at all. Because I always seemed to make a mess of things. But with an eye mascara that is more on the dry side, can afford to do it. It's not going to leave a mess. So I've got a little bit done, and you can see it's not really doing much. I mean, it's there, it's coming out, the length is there. The length is there. You can see it, but it's not, I mean, we could do better. So then I'm going to go in with, and I've used the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, which I absolutely love that too. But this time I'm going to use the KBD mascara. I like, again, it's about consistency with me, and the brush is nice. It's a little bit strange in that it's fat on one side, and then it narrows really thin in the middle, and then comes out just a little. It's kind of weird. the shaping of the brush. But the brushes or the eyelashes are starting to come to life. You can see that we're definitely wearing mascara now. You can see it. It's starting to transform, which that's the point. And I don't mind the mixing and the matching. I don't know. It may be taboo. Others may say, well, how? Why? Why are you doing that? Well, because, frankly, that's what I want to do. And there really are no rules when it comes to makeup. It's just whatever makes you feel good and comfortable and pretty, if that's the look you're going for. So again, we're just going to work with this curler. And then in with our primer. And I only use the primer on the upper lashes. I do not use it on the lower. I don't have a reason why. I just don't. So this one, I think I didn't do as good of a job removing my mascara from yesterday when I took it off last night. You know, some days are better than others. I work really hard to try to make sure I get it all off, but I don't like tugging on them anymore. You know, I used to be one that if you know, be one that would go in and just twist the lashes together to get that crunchy mascara off. You guys know. You know. Don't pretend like you don't know. If you wear mascara, you've probably been there. Okay, so now we're going in with our Tarte. And I don't know about you guys, but I always have one eye that goes on really good, and then the other eye is it's a little off. I don't know why that is, but it is. So that I think the eye that did the worst is the one we're doing right now, because it just isn't, I don't know. I think we got off to a bad start with this one. Like maybe there were still some crusties left on from yesterday. And with things like mascara, it doesn't matter how many times you wash your face. If you are not getting in there to remove the mascara itself, you can have a face that's totally clean. But if you don't get up into the lash line, you know, you can set yourself up for having to start putting new product on top of old. And if I were going out and this was going to be like really serious makeup, I would have started over. I would have wanted to have both of them be started on a clean plate. But I'm telling you, this is going to be a day look. Just another day. Oh, okay. So we just did that. So that happened. And we'll just take care of that. There we go. See? Gone. All right, you guys. That's it. That's all she wrote. That's all there is. I feel like we're ready to start our day. And I'm actually going to be getting in now with the curling iron and do some work. So I will. Oh, one final item. Now, this is also. Oh, where did I get this? I want to say this was Walmart, maybe. I think this was a Walmart item. It's the brand is Holler, and this is Face Thirst Refreshing Facial Mist. So we're just gonna spray that, let that dry, and we're done. We're good for the day. So I'm really glad you guys were able to join me today. Thank you so much for being with me. And if you like what it is that we do here, we do all sorts of box openings and just lots of fun around these places. So please go ahead and hit the like button, maybe subscribe, leave a comment, hype the video. None of those things cost anything, but they do go a really long way to help support me and my channel, and they're greatly appreciated. With that being said, please, my friends, be well. Until we meet again, we'll see you next time. Bye.
I'll lace my boots and step on out. This world of wonders, no room for doubt. With every step I learn, I grow. I found the beauty in the glow. Mirrors, reflection, story untold. Each night, each scar, a treasure of gold. I'm diving deep, uncovering the key, finding what works, what sets me free.